Mr. De Niro.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joel De Niro, Eddie O'Donnell. I'm here on behalf of Alon Alexander, Oren Alexander on page 9 and the calendar. Your Honor, can we...
Good morning, Your Honor. Natalie Snyder.
So 9 and 10 is Oren Alexander's case. It was already printing for arraignment, even though you arraigned him on Friday.
They both said on yes.
Well, I think you remember how this works, right? These massive calendars just continue printing, even though we've already addressed the case on another day. Alon Alexander is on page 39. He was added on. And you've already arraigned them both. My understanding today is really just for the parties to settle the last details on the $5 million surety bond. And I know that you were going to give a copy of that to the state so that they could review it first.
Well, yes, Judge. We tried on Friday. We went to the corrections with the orders, and the orders never made it to where they were supposed to make it to. So we have to start anew, and we have to prepare mortgages on each, which we haven't done yet. So we would ask for a reset until Thursday of this week.
That's fine. Also, keep in the back of your heads that even though this is an agreed upon bond with you and the government, and the detail of the house arrest may be more of a hurdle than anything else. And the reason is, I don't know what's going to happen in federal court if you all will get a bond in federal court. Let's say for the sake of argument, there is a bond granted. Just keep in mind that the house arrest ankle monitor may not be able to get placed on unless a defendant is fully bonded out on whatever other jurisdiction is holding them, whether it's another state charge or whether it's a federal charge.
Understood.
It's a little bit of a hiccup because they need the body, right? So my advice is, I know you're going to do this. You're going to see what happens in federal court before anyone puts up any funds in the state court charges, right?
Well, they're going to post on the corporate surety.
My suggestion is don't do that. You may just lose your money. Well, number one, if bond is denied in federal court, and we all know, right? We know amongst us, the lawyers and those that are covering this, the state charges are very different than the federal charges, right? That's number one. And number two, this bond was agreed upon with the government here. And in federal court, you may not have the government agreeing to a bond over there. So,
And Judge, they have filed a motion for pretrial detention in federal court. I believe the older brother was held on Friday.
Right, Judge, and that's being resolved as well, Your Honor. There's a motion for reconsideration being hired on the older brother, but we're dealing just today with obviously Oren and Alon. So I understand what the court is saying. If we could just reset it till Thursday, but understanding exactly what Your Honor is saying, and I'm just going to get, if the file is made to court, I'd like to just be able to, because we have to get, regardless, we have to get the orders that Your Honor signed.
When you were not able to get I'm sorry, Mr. Roy, you're the bondsman. Unless you need to say something, please don't raise your hand. I'm going to ask you to respectfully go sit in the audience, please. Thank you. Please go sit in the audience. Thank you. Okay. Unless your bondsman is going to be testifying,
yes.
There's really he's really not needed to be here. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a seat. Guylaine has the files here, and you were not able to get the orders. So
we brought the orders to corrections. We gave them certified copies of the orders, and somehow they never made it to the jail. So that's what I'm hearing, and this is what was told to me. So this is something I have to run down.
Guylaine, there should be 2 orders on an agreement for bond in the file. I think Mr. De Niro took them upstairs, got certified copies, and served it on corrections, but for some reason, corrections did not physically get a copy of it. Harry, do you know anything about that? No. I'm sorry? Right, there should be 2 orders granting pretrial detention. Okay, you have them? Can I see it real quick, just to
I
make
don't
sure?
think those are the correct orders. I think those are the orders that Judge Glazer signed at the time of the first appearance.
So we need orders granting pretrial release, not detention.
Correct.
I filed them with the,
You were filed upstairs.
that's not it. Can I
No,
get-
that's not it. That's not it. They might still be upstairs.
Yes.
Do you have a few extra minutes to spend with us this morning so we could track them down upstairs on the 9th floor?
Okay.
You've been to the 9th floor in this building?
I have.
It is a well-oiled machine, but it's a pretty busy. It's like a hornet's nest up there with everything going on, right? Mr. O'Donnell, I think, is familiar. Snyder's been in this building a long time, so
We know the drill.
you know the drill. Guylaine, what's the supervisor upstairs on the 9th floor who can track down these orders? Jeanette. So she's going to call Jeanette. Hopefully Jeanette can be with us in the next few minutes.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so Judge Pooler is under the weather. I'm going to go cover for her next
Okay.
door, and I'll be back hopefully in 20 minutes to half an hour. All right, folks, thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
Yes, we're back, Judge, on Oren and Alon Alexander. I'm not sure which page they're on.
One is towards the beginning of the calendar. So on page 9 is Oren Alexander's cases, and then Alon is towards the end of the calendar. He's on page 39.
Judge, I believe defense did find a copy of the order that they filed on Friday. The only issue that we're having is in court, you orally pronounced that there'd be a corporate surety in the amount of $25,000 on the F2425503A case as well for Oren Alexander. You added that, but it's not on the order. I don't, if we could write that in.
That's fine, I didn't catch it, I guess, just
Yeah, it's fine.
since I said it orally, I thought between what? I said it orally, didn't think that that you think to modify the,
This is just a
That's
photocopy. I think you have the originals up there, Your Honor. That was case number F24025503A. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, $25,000.
Corporate surety, an additional $5,000. There's an order. It's a written,
Yeah,
but
because there were,
just adding that to the order, sure.
yeah, there was one case number missing.
But it's complicated, so just. That's what she's adding.
And talk to who? Jeanette? Jeanette. Jeanette, Your Honor.
right, I went ahead and amended my initial, and I added that language, so look at this one. Remember there was a pretrial detention on 25503A?
Yes,
So when it came from us from bond hearing, the judge there had already set $25,000 bond for cases, but not on the pretrial detention. So then by agreement of the parties, that was a $25,000 bond, which needed to be added to the to that order. But we said it out loud on Friday. So it should be on, that $25,000 should be reflected on 25503A.
And just to be clear, just for the record, that's the corporate part of the bond. There's still the personal parts of the bond and all of that stuff. So, in the,
Right. So that's the only one
Okay.
you needed.
That's it, Your Honor. But we were gonna re-deliver these to corrections too, because that'll be another wrinkle that could happen. So I don't know if it's signed off by you, if that's satisfactory,
It should be,
or do we need a red stamp?
if Jeanette, once you get them certified, you're gonna
Okay.
get that red stamp.
Okay, great.
But future data, like, we did that.
Judge, we had set it for Thursday because they need to get the paperwork together. So I guess
19.
So 19.
Status for all 4 cases, so 1219
That's fine, Judge.
Can we caught that? So they've already been arraigned, so 1219 is only the staff, but Law and Alexander will be 39, and all three of Oren and Alexander will be 89, the court-based status.
And then we can set a trial date on that date.
And then you should have an answer, I think, from federal magistrate on the police.
I don't know if they're even gonna hear it before.
I thought there was a,
There was something on, there was, for the older brother, there was a hearing on Friday, but I don't know that they're gonna hear these two until.
I thought there was a hearing today.
Is there a hearing?
You know, I'm not sure if a hearing was gonna move forward on that today or not, but either way, I think there's gonna be some litigation from both sides regardless of the ruling.
Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, so just another little RNG lingo. Once they leave us, they're out on loan to the feds. So we hear corrections say they're out on loan to the feds. Anything else?
That's it, Your Honor. Thank you for readdressing it.
See you all on 1219. Thank you.